Hear me now, ye sons of the north. Gather close, lend thine ears, for I sing of the bravest deed a man may do in this mortal sphere. On the cabbage and the mead, long had I supped on the bean and the swede. The gods themselves did fill my belly with thunder. A storm was brewing, a glorious wonder. I knew the time was nigh, the hour had come. The fates had aligned with a low rolling hum. My woman lay beside me, soft and unaware, a warrior's wife, my partner, my fair. And I lifted the furs and I made the seal, and I called upon Odin to bless the meal that had churned in my gut through the long night cold. And I let it loose, a story to be told. The Dutch oven, the Dutch oven. Glory to the warrior who serves it well. The Dutch oven, the Dutch oven. A one-way ticket to Valhalla's hall. For he who traps his woman neath the furs of the bed, with a fart so foul it may strike him dead, shall feast with the gods at the long oak table, a warrior reborn in the Viking fable. She stirred, she gasped, she opened her eyes. She looked upon me with a horrible surprise. She cried by Thor's beard, what have you done? I said, my love, I have only begun. For a true son of the north does not flee from his deed. He holds down the covers, he plants his seed of vapor and vengeance, of cabbage and shame. And he sings to the heavens his terrible name. And she struggled and she thrashed and she cursed my line, but the seal of the furs was a seal divine. And the gods looked down and they saw and they smiled, and they marked me a warrior, brutal and wild. The Dutch oven, the Dutch oven. Glory to the warrior who serves it well. The Dutch oven, the Dutch oven. A one-way ticket to Valhalla's hall. For he who traps his woman neath the furs of the bed, with a fart so foul it may strike him dead, shall feast with the gods at the long oak table, a warrior reborn in the Viking fable. Now I knew that this deed would not go unanswered. I knew the price I had paid as I tendered my final breath, for she rose like a storm, and she took up her pillow and she changed her form from a maiden of mercy to a beast of the night. And she struck me down with a fury and might that shook the great long house, that woke the dead crows. And I welcomed the blow as my eyes did close. For a Viking does not die in a sick bed slow. A Viking does not perish where the soft winds blow. A Viking dies smiling beneath his own fog, slain by his woman, his warrior, his dog. Of a wife who has suffered the ultimate sin, and the gates of Valhalla swing open within. And I rose from my body and I looked up high, and the Valkyries called from the burning sky. Come, son of Odin, come, take thy seat, for thou hast accomplished the ultimate feat. Thou hast wrapped thy beloved beneath the furs, thou hast sealed her in the gas that occurs from the cabbage and the meat. brothers, with Ragnar and Bjorn and 100 others. And they ask of my death, and I tell them with pride, I gave my woman the Dutch, and then I died. And they raise up their horns and they pour out their mead, and they cheer for my name and my glorious deed. For there is no death more noble, no end more grand, than to fart 'neath the firs of thine own promised land. The Dutch oven, the Dutch oven, glory to the warrior who serves it well. The Dutch oven, the Dutch oven, a one-way ticket to Valhalla's hall. Trap thy woman 'neath the furs of the bed, with a fart so foul it may strike thee dead. Feast with the gods at the long oak table, a warrior reborn in the Viking fable. So when thy belly rumbles, son of the north, and the cabbage and the mead doth issue forth, remember the path that leads to the hall. Lift the first, my brother,